My friends, good day. It looks like Trump has the jitters. He has completely reduced the power transfer ceremonies to their simplest form. That means his inauguration, which is happening on Monday the 20th in Washington, was supposed to take place outdoors, plus a parade in the grand tradition. What happened is that a few days ago, a good part of the Washington police declared that they would not provide security. They would not help provide security for that event. Why? You should know that in Washington, D.C., almost everyone votes Democrat, of course. It's the city of government agencies, it's the city of bureaucracy, it's the city of paperwork. So everyone lives off bureaucracy over there. It's like oil for Saudi Arabia. Bureaucracy keeps Washington, D.C. alive. He wants to tackle that. So you can imagine he hasn't exactly made a lot of friends. So that's it. Also, add that during the election campaign, he was targeted at least 2 or 3 times, including one time when it was extremely serious. Remember that incident that was this close. His ear, then he stood up saying, "Fight, fight, fight." And I think that was a blow that really turned a lot of things in his favor. Now he canceled everything. He wants to do a mini event, it seems, indoors. What's going on? Did he hear the sound of slippers? Did he receive worrying messages? I don't know. Or is it simply the Washington police who don't want to ensure his security? In any case, we'll see. I'll be in Washington that day. So, to tell you something, to give you an idea of the atmosphere, I'm in New York and I'm at the Trump Hotel. I'm at the Trump Hotel, and behind me, you can see a bit of an urban jungle, and actually, there's Central Park. When it's daytime, maybe I'll show you some images so you can see better. There's just Trump's name on the hotel, okay? He's not here himself. He's not the one managing it directly, all that. Well, his name is on the front, you know what I mean? He put money into it, but there are other people running things. Well, the tension is so high that there are at least, I counted at least a dozen, and when I say a dozen, that's really what I counted. There are probably more, a dozen police cars all around. It takes up a whole block. There are some, I don't know if you can see them with the reflection. I would have liked to show them to you. Well, here, let's try anyway. I'm not going to try, right? Can you see? Ah, you see the cars over there. It's very hard. I don't know if you can see. So here we have the white one there with the V. That's a police car. And behind it, another police car. Two other police cars you see there. The other two parked over there sideways are police cars too, right? And then, well, there's one over there parked across the road with the flashing lights and everything. I think that has nothing to do with the hotel. But just to tell you, that's just this side, what I see from this camera angle. There are 6, okay? This one, I'm counting the one over there, which is actually being joined by others, it seems. So if we go to the side and all that, we'll see even more. So what was I trying to tell you by that? I wanted to tell you that there is still a certain nervousness. So in this part of the world, in this city, it's not good to be pro-Trump. Trump, same thing in Washington, D.C., by the way. Just between us to tell you, I arrived in this city after about 10 days on a cruise. I was crossing the Atlantic swimming. I almost said there were some extremely tough moments. We had waves, troughs of 10 meters with winds of 140 kilometers per hour for 3 days straight, and apparently we escaped the worst of it. So if you want to know the details, go to the Aldo Voyage channel where I share videos very freely, all that, images, lots of things. You can find me on that channel whenever you want. I was saying I arrived in this democratic city. The city is completely rotten. So, well, let's forget about the skyscrapers. Well, those are skyscrapers that belong to, I don't know, if you look at the signs, Chase Manhattan, Bank of America, and all that, we get it. It's the moneyed interest that built these skyscrapers. Now, if you look down at street level below the skyscrapers, there's another reality. What do you mean? The taxi, you drive for quite a while from the port to here. I think it took about 45 minutes. 45 minutes of garbage. Colorful storefronts, not many tags, to be honest, not many tags. But weird stores, you know what I mean? Stores that make you feel like you're in a third world country, stores with suitcases, really ugly storefronts, things taped up with scotch tape, broken neon lights, all that. It just reeks of poverty. And then when I went out for a walk, I walked along what they call 8th Avenue. Well, what do you see? There are a lot of, well, the trash, let's forget about that. That's all there is. Many people are homeless and sleeping on the ground. You also have outcasts who shout to themselves. They walk down the street and then they shout random words, kind of like the orders they have in their heads. Most of them are not aggressive, although there are one or two who make me wish I was in an open carry state, which generally seem to be the kind of states where people tend to be more respectful toward each other. And there's a reason for that. It's in the American Constitution, but you know what I mean. This is a democratic state. It's a democratic state. Democratic states will give you an ultra rich elite. That I agree with. But they will also give you social conditions, security conditions, conditions that are disastrous. That's it. Unfortunately, that's how it is. So, my friends, I'm not going to go much slower than this because the internet, by the way, one thing in this country, when I was on the ship, sometimes I was a bit frustrated with Starlink. Not that it's not fast, it's quite fast, but since it's a subscription shared with many passengers, of course, it has its ups and downs. And so it takes time sometimes to upload videos. Sometimes it took me 23 hours to upload a video. So I get to this hotel, I connect to the Wi Fi, right? And actually, I had to turn off the Wi Fi to connect to 5G. So 5G, well, the Wi Fi is completely terrible. The Wi Fi, just forget about it. I tried uploading a 5-minute video, but it said it would take 8 hours. 5G, what we call 5G in the UK, I can upload a video in, I don't know, a minute and a half. Here, the 5G took so long that I was able to take a nap while it was uploading, just to let you know. So, the infrastructure in this country is extremely outdated, despite an appearance of ultra modernity. You're not in Dubai, you're not in China, you're really in a country. It's somewhat like the United Kingdom, similar to other Anglo Saxon countries. You have a mix between a modern country and a country stuck in the Victorian era here. It's a mix between civilization and barbarism. It's 50-50, really, 50-50. There you go, my friends. Thank you for watching this video up to this point. I'll stop here and we'll talk about Washington. See you soon.